Hi everyone, LPO9 here, and today I'm going to be showing you how an amp is wired and what all of the wires are that you'll need and where all the connections go. I've had some people ask me, how do you wire up an amp? What are all the things that I need to go to? So today I'm going to be showing you just that. And of course I have my truck sound system right here. I have my 6.5-inch bazooka bass tube, and then on the other side I have my Kicker KX150.2 amplifier. This is a 2-channel amplifier, and I'm just going to go over all of the terminals and connections and everything that you'll need to make this amp work. So pretty much with each amp it's the same idea. You're going to have basically all the same connections and everything, but of course with different brands and different models they're going to be located in different places, or some things are going to have more than others would. But this is just a basic amplifier, and it'll just give you an idea of what you need to have to wire it up. I'm going to go over each side, so I'll start with this first side right here. Going down here we have the ground cable, we have the remote on and off cable, and then we have the power cable. So I'm going to go over each of these and basically what they do. Starting with the power cable. This one's kind of obvious actually. It's usually a red cable in a wiring kit, and it goes to the battery. So you can see I've just got it hooked in right here, and then I've got it going under the carpet, and it just kind of comes around under here, and it's gonna go somewhere through the firewall in order to get to the engine and the battery. Here's under the hood right here. You can see it's connected to the positive terminal on the battery. Along down we have a fuse to protect it, and then the wire just keeps on going on down there, and eventually it goes through the firewall and then of course to the amp. So the next cable I'll talk about is the ground. The ground is very simple also. You just need to have it connected to the grounding terminal on the amplifier, and then have it going somewhere to where there's some bare metal like this right here. You'll usually want to sand it down so that you can be for sure that it's going to go into the metal and not just onto the paint, because if there's something like this, then it's not going to travel through that. I've got mine under here. It's on the seat belt bolt that hooks it in, and it's actually got to be tightened again. Darn it. But so that's pretty basic, and that's all there is to do with the grounding cable. Now the next cable that we have is the remote on and off cable. Basically what this does is turns your amplifier on and off when your head unit turns on and off. So when you turn the key and your head unit turns on, it's going to send a signal through that wire to the amplifier. And the reason it's so small is just because it's used for signaling only. That's why you have this remote. So I've got it going from the amplifier up under the carpet along with the RCA cables right here that I'll get to in a second, and it just kind of goes up under the carpet and then up here, and I've got it going through this panel right here, and you can see I've got the RCAs right here, unused RCA, and then I've got the remote wire right here, and this will usually connect to the blue or the blue with a white stripe wire on your head unit's wiring harness. You know, it'll just connect like all the rest of the wires will. So that's basically all there is with this. And of course there's the RCAs, and like I said, this will vary. This is a 2-channel amplifier, so we have a space to put 2 sets of RCAs. I'm just using one right now since I've got a subwoofer hooked up to it. This will come from starting over here on the head unit. This will usually plug into one of the preamp outs on the back of it. You'll usually have more than one with these days head units, but basically it just sends the signal to the amplifier. It's really simple, just like any other thing. And of course I've got it hidden along, like I said, with the remote wire. So here I've pulled out my head unit, just so that you can kind of see what's going on here. So right here we see that the one I've got it plugged into, there's my strap. The one I've got it plugged into is the subwoofer out. The other set is, if you're taking it to a normal amplifier, that's the front line out. And since this has a subwoofer out, there's already built-in crossover in there that'll just send the low tones to the amplifier. And then of course here you can see the blue wire with little, it'll have a tag on it that says this is for an amplifier, and I've just got it hooked to the remote wire. That's basically all there was for that side, and then there was the RCAs over here. The other thing that you should be concerned with is wiring up the speakers. Just like any speaker, you're going to have the positive and negative terminals. This is a 2-channel amplifier, so I have 2 sets of these, and then this is a dual voice coil subwoofer, so I've got 2 sets of those as well. I actually have this wired up in, darn it, I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's wired up in a certain manner, and I've just got the wires, you know, all hidden back here. They go from the amplifier, oh, it's bridged, that's what it is, yeah. I've got the wires, alright, so here's the left channel down here. I've got the positive wire hooked up to the left channel, and then the negative wire hooked up to the right channel. And then over here, I've got, they come out here, so here's the positive, and then here's the negative. And then I've got these 2 hooked up also, so that both the voice coils are in use, because this is a dual voice coil subwoofer. But, like I said, all the wiring might slightly differ between models and brands and whatnot, so might be slightly different for you, but basically with every amplifier and sub combo, it's the same idea. And that is all I have to say right now, so until the next video, this has been LPO9. I hope this helped you out, and thanks for watching.